Teamwork makes the dream work. I'm sure you have heard this term many times, right? So without further ado, let me just jump into the project presentation on my individual aspect. So before diving in, right, I actually contributed and learned two key categories of things, such as the soft skills as well as the hard skills. With that said, let's dive into these soft skills. So way before we actually started the project, I actually asked the team to conduct a team charter. So this team charter enabled the team to actually identify our group dynamics and understand our strengths and weaknesses. So from there, we then capitalized on each group member's strengths, right? And also allocated the tasks, right, based on their individual strengths. So an example of this is that some of our group members actually had prior experience to programming, and some of us, like myself, was actually very new and had some form of difficulty in terms of learning how to program. Okay, and as such, right, identifying these key factors is essential because we will then focus, right, on those team members who are actually stronger in terms of programming and to actually program more of the complicated codes, whereas I myself will actually just started learning, right, will then compute the easier codes. So this enable us to actually improve on our individual technical skills as well. An example of this would be the contribution, right? My contribution in terms of the input codes, the user input codes. So this gathering of user inputs will actually practice my skills in terms of the core fundamentals such as the while loop as well as the if-else function. On top of that, in the later part of the project, I also contributed in terms of the global text, okay, on how to global text in terms of computing the TXT files. Okay, so from this to this was actually the codes that I contributed, right? And also in terms of the auditing of codes, because at the end of the project one, we actually had more experience and I was able to identify some errors and work together with my team members to essentially overcome and rectify these issues. On top of that, at the start of the project, because I was actually inputting simpler codes, I actually went to research on the insurance plans that these companies actually offer, and also taking the minutes for good projects. So moving on to hard skills, apart from the aforementioned codes that I actually learned, right? There's also chart analysis in this second project. So over here, there's bubble chart as well as the bar chart, right? So previously, I wasn't able to actually have such skills in terms of identifying factors and also knowing of such charts that were actually made available through programming. And now I actually learned how to analyze and these two charts simultaneously at the same time, which I wasn't able to do so previously. As such, I also created the poster for the group, and these are basically the core fundamentals and main factors that I actually contributed in terms of the group project and as well as them.